Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the chapter 4 Alternative Centers of Power and the topic is the rise of the Chinese economy. Let us now turn to the third major alternative center of power after the Second World War, mainly after the 1991 and our immediate neighbor China. The cartoon given on page number 59 sums up the current mood all over the world about the rise of China as an economic power. China's economic success since 1978 has been linked to its rise as a great power. China has been the fastest growing economy since the reforms first began there. It is projected to overtake the US as the world's largest economy by 2040. After the Chinese Revolution in 1949, under the leadership of Mao Zedong, the economic, political and social system was adopted in China on the Soviet pattern. The economically backward communist China close to severe links with the capitalist world. Earlier communist China adopted the policy of isolation. But the Chinese leadership took major policy decisions in the 1970s. China ended its political and economic isolation with the establishment of relations with the United States in 1972. On page number 59, mentioned Premier Zhou Enlai. He proposed the four modernizations: agriculture, industry, science and technology and military also in 1973. By 1978, the then leader Deng Xiaoping announced the open door policy and economic reforms in China. China followed its own path in introducing a market economy. Chinese did not go for shock therapy but opened their economy step by step. The privatization of agriculture in 1982 was followed by the privatization of industry in 1998, and trade barriers were eliminated only in special economic zone where foreign investors could set up enterprises. In China, the state played and continued to play a central role in setting up a market economy. The new economic policy helped the Chinese economy to break from stagnation. And privatization of agriculture led to a remarkable rise in agricultural production and rural incomes also. The Chinese economy, including both industry and agriculture, grew at a faster rate. The new trading laws and the creation of special economic zones led to a phenomenal rise in the foreign trade, and China has become the most important destination for foreign direct investment anywhere in the world. Now the China's membership of WTO. WTO means World Trade Organization. Much against the wishes of USA, China was able to become the member of WTO in 2001, as a result of which doors of trade with other countries were open. It had also opened the doors of China for other countries to do the trade. As a result of these steps taken by China, today it has become the fastest growing economy of the world. After reading the characteristics of China's new economic policy, we can safely say that China has moved on the path of capitalist economy. Though the Chinese leaders have given the name of socialist market economy to this, yet this new economic policy is capitalistic economy from every angle. Now the negative effects of the rise of China as an economic power. We have know about that as a result of adoption of new economic policy, China has been able to establish itself as an economic power in the world. But there have been some negative effects of it, such as first is uncontrolled urbanization. As a result of economic development, large number of people have moved from villages to cities because there are more opportunities of employment. But it has put pressure on the services in urban areas and has created scarcity of schools, hospitals, housing, drinking water, etc. in the cities. Second negative point is increasing unemployment. During the period of Mao Tse-tung, it was the duty of the state to provide employment to its citizens, as a result of which in China, everybody was given employment and it provided economic security to the people in China. But as a result of the new economic policy, the unemployment has considerably increased in China. And according to an estimate, about 10 crore people were unemployed in China, and this number is increasing day by day. Next is increasing corruption. As a result of new economic policy, corruption has increased in China. Now, bad effects on environment. As a result of blind industrialization in China, the environment is also getting affected. Next is lack of quality. The greed of earning maximum profit has made the Chinese producers blind. They have increased their production manifold without bothering about the quality of goods. Next is decline of agriculture. In the beginning, attention was given towards the development of agriculture in China. But under the new economic policy, preference is given to industrial sector over agriculture, as a result of which agriculture production has come down. Next is increasing gap between the rich and the poor. As a consequence of the adoption of new economic policy in China, the gap between the rich and the poor has increased manifold, and like in capitalist countries, the rich are getting richer and the poor poorer. Next point is influence of Western culture. Mao Tse-tung had adopted the open door policy for China, by which he had not allowed the western wind to blow in China. Means Mao Tse-tung, during his period, he closed the door policy for China. But as a result of the adoption of new economic policy, the western culture has also spread in China. Next is setback to socialist ideology. After the dissolution of Soviet Union in 1991, China had stood as a watchdog of socialism in the world, whereas the new economic policy adopted by China is far away of socialistic principles and is quite close to capitalistic principles. In brief, we can say that though by adopting new economic policy, China has been able to establish itself as a big growing economy of the world, yet we cannot ignore the negative effects of it. Almost all the weaknesses which are found in capitalistic societies are also found in the communist China.